everyone, today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make apple pectin using Thrive Life Fuji apples. So easy and so simple. Now, you may ask, why am I making homemade apple pectin when I can just go to the store and buy it? Well, I'm not going to get into a long speech or lecture about pectin and chemicals and GMOs and all that scary stuff that people talk about. I'm just going to ask each and every one of you to go to Wikipedia. I know people say Wikipedia doesn't always have the truth on it. You can change those and you can make it. Yes. But most of the time when it comes to simple, basic information, Wikipedia is right. You don't have to go to just Wikipedia. You can go look at the USDA websites and find out how pectin is made. Just go to Wikipedia and type in pectin, and you will find out for yourself just why making pectin for your family is a much healthier, much safer, much easier option for everyone. Now, you can use fresh apples, and if you're using fresh apples, use cores and skins and all. These, thankfully, have the skins, and that's what we need. We need the skin and the core if it's a fresh apple, because that's where the pectin is. The pectin is in the meat, the flesh, the layer that holds the skin to the meat on the inside. That's what we want, is that little layer there. Simple and easy. What we're going to do is 1 pantry canister of the apples. Let me find the food pack. I think I already took it out. You want to pull out, and I did that in here too already. Okay, you want to pull out, it's a little packet that keeps the things fresh. You want to pull that out, and then we're just going to put 1 pantry canister, 3 quarts of water. We're making a small batch. And then 1 snacky and 1 quart. So all together, we're going to have a pantry canister and a snacky canister and 4 quarts of water. Then we dump them in our pot and boil them. That is all there is to it. Into a big pot. Into the big pot. And then all our water. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, I've been making pectin for a really long time. And looking at this, because this is the first time I myself am making it with Thrive Life. However, I know it will work out because the skins are there. These apples, even though they're freeze-dried and or dehydrated, I can tell I'm going to need 1 more quart. So it's going to be 5 quarts of water. So it's 4 quarts of water for a pantry canister and 1 quart for the snackies. Alright, let's get the other quart in there. I'll put it on the stove, put it on medium, and we'll bring it to a boil. And I'll bring you back when this is boiling so you can see what it looks like. We'll be back. Bye. Hey everybody. Wow. We've been boiling for about 10 minutes, and all the apples now look like fresh apples. Just cut off the cores. Woo, sorry for the steam, everyone. Woo, focus. Are you there? Okay, well, we're gonna let this keep boiling for about as long as you'd let raw apples boil. 45 minutes, an hour. Now, if this was juice, I'd put the lid on it and save every bit of moisture I could. But we're making pectin. So, we're gonna let steam come out, let steam escape, let it go wherever it wants, because that will make it even more concentrated, so that the pectin process, when we cook it down, the juice takes less time. Alright, we'll be back when this has been boiling longer. So easy. Bye. Woo! We already start out with steam. Wow. They've been boiling for like 35 minutes, and they're just starting to turn transparent. So they're just starting to get to about the stage where they're getting good. So, we want as much of the pectin out as we can, and we want the apples as mushy as possible. So, I always, even when I'm doing raw, because I also do this with my own home dehydrated apples. I've done this lots of times with my home dehydrated apples. And whether they're raw or dehydrated or these Thrive Life, I help them a little. Not a lot, just a little. That's hot. Then let them keep boiling. Our ultimate goal, ooh, go away steam, is for the apples to be transparent. When they're nice and transparent, they're done. You find one in here. See how they're starting? Ooh, can we get it to focus here? See how it's just starting? The flesh is just starting to turn transparent. That's what we want. We want it to get as most of the flesh and meat to be as transparent as possible. Ooh, you're just all steamy. We're gonna let it keep boiling for about another half hour, and we'll be back. Hi everybody. Well, it's been boiling for just a little over an hour, about an hour and 15 minutes. Man, I keep steaming you guys out. And see how they've gotten mostly see-through? Whether fresh, dehydrated, or Thrive, they cook down into great mush. Now, we're going to strain it and get out all of the liquid. Now, like I said, this is pectin and not juice, so I had the lid off, and it's gone from about 5 quarts down to 3.5 quarts. That may sound like a lot, but the pectin, you use such small jars, it'll be cooked down even more. And then you put the pectin in such small jars, and this is a small batch, it's well worth it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these apples and strain them out. And then I'm going to turn the apples into something fun for us. So you can see just what all you can get out of one pantry canister and one snacky pouch. And then just a couple little ingredients extra a little later. I am going to set this up and start straining it. We'll be back. I can't make this steam go away. There we go. Nice and broken up and ready to be strained. We'll be back. There we go. Straining and all separated. And look at that golden beauty. See? Doesn't matter whether fresh, home dehydrated, or this beautiful Thrive Life. You get a beautiful golden, what is at the moment thick apple juice. But we will be cooking it down longer and making it into home canned pectin. A healthy alternative to that icky stuff you get in the store. We're going to let this finish draining and straining, and we'll be back to show you what to do with the liquid and what we're going to do with all that. We'll be back. And here we go, the hardest part of the entire process. Funny. Haha. Just take all that juice, put it in our crock pot, turn it on high, open, and we cook it down until it's about halfway down. And that's how we get the concentrated pectin for your jams, jellies, and pancake syrups. I will be back throughout the different processes and throughout the different time to show you what this looks like. Then we're going to have fun with the leftover apples. I'll show you that in another video. We'll be back. Bye. Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you what to do with that leftover apples from making the apple pectin the other day. Well, for you it's the other day. For me, I literally just finished pouring the apple juice into the pectin pot. But I'm going to show you what to do with the leftover apples. Because as my grandmother and grandfather were both very proud of saying, waste not, want not. So, I'm going to show you how to turn your leftover boiled apples into that really nice, fancy, quote-unquote, fancy apple strawberry sauce you see in the stores. Or strawberry applesauce, I should say. We're going to take some of the wet apples, put them on the bottom of your Ninja or your blender. Or if you don't have that and you only have a submersion blender, then you'd put the strawberries in the bottom of a bowl and top them all off with the apples. Let them sit for a while and then blend it. Here, I'm going to put the strawberries in. A little bit of apple sauce of the apples, and then the strawberries, and then top it off with the rest of the apples. So all of that liquid juice that's in the apples can help seep into the strawberries and bring the strawberries back to life. All the apple. Hang on, just a little bit more. From the jelly bag. Alright. Now, of course, there was a little bit of juice at the bottom of the pot, which we want to add, because we're trying to rehydrate those strawberries. So we pour the juice in. And maybe just add a little bit of juice out of the pectin over here. That hasn't really been cooking down, so it's still apple juice. Just a little. And then we're going to let all that sit for a while. For a good 20 minutes to a half an hour. So those strawberries can rehydrate and come back to life. And then we're going to blend it all up and make it into sauce. And then cook it for a little bit. And jar it up. We should get 2, if not 3, of the little kids. I call these my kids' lunch, school lunch. Remember, small batch. We'll be back. Bye. Alright, here we go. We let them soak for about half an hour. They're nice and juicy, and see, you can even see red leaking out of the strawberries. Perfect and ready to go. Let's make strawberry applesauce. Look at how beautiful and thick that is. And when you send it through a Ninja or a blender, after you've boiled it, the skins just disappear and blend right in. Now, I know this doesn't look like a lot, but remember, there wasn't a lot of apples, and we're doing a small batch. We just want a couple of small jars for our kids. I'm going to put this in a crock pot, and we'll be back. And we're back. And yes, that's right, I have every size crock pot you could think of. I love crock pots. Alright, we had 3 cups of applesauce. And I don't do lots of sugar in my house. Everything I do is low sugar. So we're going to add a little less than a 1/4 cup of sugar. A pinch, and this is important, one of the tricks I learned from my amazing father. All sweet things need a pinch of salt. It just helps bring out the flavor. And then since we decided to do strawberry, I'm not going to add any cinnamon to this, because the strawberry is going to give it plenty of flavor. Now we just mix it all up. And we're going to put it in the crock pot on high for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And some of the water will bubble out and it'll get thicker. And it'll be all ready to put in the little jars for lunches for your kids. We'll be back when that is all ready to go. Bye! Hello everyone, we're back. Alright, the applesauce or strawberry sauce cooked for 3 hours. All that extra water is gone. So now we're going to can it. Oh, I wish you could smell this. It smells so wonderful. I washed, dried, and baked the jars at 215 degrees for 15 minutes. Like I said, we're going to get 2 for sure. I don't know if we're going to get a 3rd one, but we're just making a small batch. This is about equivalent to a 5-pound bag of apples and what you'd get out of a 5-pound bag of apples. I've done so many of these that I'm used to it. And this is about a 5-pound bag, almost perfectly. Look at that. 2 perfect jars of strawberry applesauce for your kids. You know all the ingredients that are in it. There's no chemicals, no bad icky stuff. Just health for your children. We're going to take a little bit of cheesecloth dipped in hot water that has apple cider vinegar in it. We're going to clean these rims. Sterile hot lids. And then rings. And then these will go in a water bath canner. To be processed for 15 minutes. And look at that. Perfect sauce. Healthy, non-chemical, strawberry applesauce for your kids. I'm going to process these and bring you back when these are all done so you can see what they look like. Over here, the pectin just finished, so we're going to jar that up and I'll show you how that works. We'll be back to show you the finished product of the applesauce and the pectin. We'll be back. Bye. Hey everyone, we're back and the pectin is all done and cooked down. Now I'm going to show you a little trick to see if the pectin in your apple has really set and if you've really got actual pectin. Now I can tell you, I've made over 75 batches of pectin in the last couple years alone. And I can tell just by looking at it and feeling it and playing with it that this is some of the best pectin I've ever made. So, I can tell you right now, from now on when I make pectin, if I don't have Thrive Life, my Thrive Life apples, I will make sure that I take an extra day to slice, core, and dehydrate my apples and use my own home dehydrated apples to make pectin. But I really like this Thrive Life. This is already showing me that it's got really good pectin in it. Alright, so the trick to find out, you take and you put a little bit of your pectin in the bottom of your jar, and then you add just a little bit of rubbing alcohol. And you see that gel? You have pectin, and look at that. This is actually some of the best pectin I've ever made. I give Thrive Life 15 thumbs up. This is awesome. I can't wait to actually make jams and jellies out of this. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to can it. I'll be back. Everyone, here we go. We're going to put it in our jars. Now, I've discovered over the last few years, making my own jams and jellies and my own pectins, that these little kids 8-ounce jars work best for the amount of pectin you want to use. This is about equivalent to one of those liquid pouches or one of those powdered pouches that you buy in the stores. But I prefer homemade pectin, and I think this is some of the best pectin I've ever had. So then we just put it in the jar. Look how golden that is. It is just beautiful. And it smells like apples. It's so wonderful. I think I'm going to get 3 jars of pectin. But I'm going to tell you, this is some of the best pectin I've ever made. So I can only imagine how wonderful this is going to be. And it's okay that this isn't a full jar, because in the cooking process of making your jams and jellies, all this liquid is going to be cooked out anyways, so it really doesn't matter. Now, clean cheesecloth dipped in warm water with apple cider vinegar in it. Clean your rims. Clean lids. Apple cider vinegar all over the lids. And then 3 rings. And we want them fingertip tight. Then we're going to process these in a water bath canner for 20 minutes. And we'll be back. Bye. And here we go. All 5 of my jars, 2 jars of applesauce, 3 jars of apple pectin. And we're going to process this for 20 minutes on a rolling boil. The applesauce needs 20 minutes. The pectin only needs 15. But I always over process when it comes to water bath canning or pressure canning. Water bath canning, anything that calls for 20 minutes or less gets 20 minutes. Unless it's something that can be ruined in the processing of over processing. But in water bath canners, that really isn't much of a problem. That's more of a pressure canner issue. So, 20 minutes. I'm going to process this, and we'll be back when it's all done. So, I guess my camera wasn't turned on, and I didn't get to show you the boiling process, but I am pulling my processed jars out of the canner now, and as you can hear, they're sealing. These are wonderful. Ooh, you fell! And beautiful. I love hearing that popping process. There we go. There we go. All of the jars finished and processed. We're going to let these all finish sealing and cooling, and we'll be back when they're all done. Bye. And here we go. 3 jars of apple pectin, 2 jars of applesauce. All from 1 pantry can and 1 snacky pack. Alright. Thank you for coming along on my Thrive Life adventure to make these wonderful, amazing products with very little to pretty much no effort. I hope you take the opportunity to come visit our Thrive Life shopping page and try this for yourself and see just what you think of your own strawberry applesauce and homemade pectins for your jams and jellies. Come back and see what we're making later, because I plan on taking carrots and Thrive Life pineapples tomorrow and making carrot cake jam. I hope to see you on my next adventure. We'll see you later. Bye.